Happy Saturday, everyone. You're watching another episode of Blank Canvas. I'm Erica. I'm the voice behind the camera, and today we have our artist Frank. He's back. He's been on before. Say hi, Frank.
Hi, everybody.
I'm so glad that you're back.
I am glad to be here. Thanks so much for the invitation.
Oh, of course. I'm glad that you accepted. So everyone who's tuning in, just make sure that you let us know where you're watching from today, and if you want to know anything about Frank in terms of his artwork, how long he's been an artist, what he's working on today, make sure that you ask that in the comments.
Let's go with a little brown here.
Frank, what type of medium are you working with today for your painting?
We're going to be working with acrylic, but I've been using these ink pencils.
Okay.
They work a lot like watercolors, and I'm really digging them. And you're going to see exactly what it is that they do. They're fantastic for shading. They're fairly new in the market, and I got them as a gift. And I didn't have the chance to use them until this year. Actually, I just didn't use them, and I've been using them for a while now, and I'm really digging working with them. And you know, I'm gonna start from the background, and then I'll be using them more for the guardabarranco here, the bird. So you guys get to see how they work and stuff. So I'm excited about that.
What are you doing right now? I saw like you were scribbling with like a pencil, and are you? What's happening? What's going on?
Well,
because I feel like a lot of things just happened in 2 minutes. That was really fast for me.
Yeah, I paint fast, so I have to keep pacing myself. But what I like to do is I work with. I love incorporating text, abstract, you know, just text into the work that I do. I'm influenced a lot by. You know, hieroglyphs and ancient writings on stone, and so I've been incorporating that into my work. And what I did was do a little scribbling, as you said, and then now I'm using water to just sort of let the paint run a little bit and make the white sort of a little more beige, you know. As you can see, it's turning a little yellowy, so it gives like a nice background and stuff. And I'm just adding water here to make the ink melt a little bit. So as you can see, the bird is popping out more now that the white is sort of diffused there.
So we have a lot of people who are chiming in right now, Frank.
Nice.
We have Tanya saying wonderful art.
Thank you. Thank you, Tanya.
We have Christy saying hi from Arkansas.
Hi, Christy.
Yeah, a lot of people coming in. We have Margie saying this is beautiful, and she's saying hi from Arizona.
Thank you. Hello, Arizona.
We have Salt Lake City in the house. We have Sydney in the house.
Hi, everybody.
And we have Velma from Georgia saying great job.
Thank you. So yeah, we're gonna work on the background here a bit. And then we'll leave the little, what was the name again? I just forgot it.
Of the bird?
Yeah.
Oh, it is a turquoise-browed Motmot.
There you go. So we're gonna leave the Motmot for the closer to then, you know, bring it completely home. So it's not looking like much right now, but I promise, if you remember the flower.
It's looking like a lot right now, so don't even worry about that. Angelica said, beyond beautiful, saying hi from Georgia.
Hi, Georgia. Okay, and this is based on this sketch. I don't know if the camera can see it, but this was the initial sketch.
If you hold it up just a little bit. There you go.
This was done, I did these in 2015. When my son Luca was born, he was about approaching a year old, and I just wanted to make, you know, like small baby animals for him. So
That was
he could
sweet.
be familiar. Yeah, you know, before he got into like the usual characters that kids are exposed to, which is already happening. I wanted him to sort of like enjoy these figures of baby animals that I was drawing for him, you know. In this case, the Motmot, which is, it's actually the national bird of Nicaragua, which is where I'm from.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, and so it's a beautiful little bird. It's very colorful, and I wanted to make them familiar with that, you know.
Well, for everyone who's just tuning in, Franck is our artist today on Blank Canvas, and he's been on before, and he did an awesome job. So if anyone would like to see just past episodes of Blank Canvas, but especially Franck's, he was on April 29th. You can go to littlethings.com/live and check out all of the shows that we have that are live, but especially if you really want to see anything else from Blank Canvas. So make sure you check it out. Check out all the artists, but if you're really want to see what Franck did last time, you'll love it.
Thank you.
Marin says, I like the drawing already. It will come out perfect.
Thank you, Mary.
And Norma says, so much fun to watch the progress.
Glad you like it.
So what are some of the tools that you're working with today?
I like working with palette knives a lot. I don't know when I started doing this, but even the drawing itself of the initial sketch was done. I use solely palette knives. I don't use like a marker or anything. I mean, I did the outline with one of the. In this case, I had to transpose it into the canvas, so I had to use like a pencil, and I wanted it to bring it prepared because we don't have enough time to start completely with a blank canvas. No pun intended. But I use palette knives to even do my sketches. As you can see, it gives them like this jagged edges.
I like that. It's incorporated into a lot of your work. I really do enjoy it.
Thank you. It's part of my work's style, you know, if you will.
And for anyone who wants to see any other pieces of art that Franck has put together, you can follow him on his Instagram page and check out the rest of his work. It's pretty cool, trust me, you won't be disappointed.
Thank you, and I definitely like to say hello to people who connect with me on social media. So.
We have Athena who says, my mom is from Nicaragua, beautiful art.
Ah, nice. Fellow Nicaraguan in the house.
So yeah, everyone who's tuning in today, thank you so much for tuning in, and make sure that you let us know where you're watching from today, because it's Saturday, so you could be doing something else, but we're glad that you're with us today, right now. So if you have any questions for Franck, whether it's about this piece or just how he got started with being an artist or where this beautiful talent came from, let us know in the comments. Madsen from Denmark says, this is cool.
Thank you.
And Kim,
Denmark.
yeah, and Kim says, love it.
We're creating a little habitat.
And Paulette says, beautiful already.
Thank you. Glad you're enjoying it.
Yeah. We have so many people chiming in today. We have Texas, Iowa, California, Hawaii, the UK.
It's awesome.
Yes.
Thank you, everybody, for tuning in with us. I hope the sound is not annoying anybody.
Not at all. Jennifer says, I wish I was that talented. This is beautiful.
Thank you very much. It's much appreciated. Okay, I'm gonna do...
So everyone out there who's watching, we have to take a quick break, but we'll be right back, so make sure that you stay tuned. Welcome back, everyone. You're watching Blank Canvas, and Franck is our artist today. So can you talk a little bit about, for anyone who may have missed it, what medium you're using today and what you're working on?
I'm using mostly acrylic.
Okay.
And I'm using also ink pencils. In this case, right now I'm using a acrylic marker, which I really love to use. And we're painting Agua de Barranco or turquoise-browed Motmot.
Yes.
It takes a while.
Browed. It
takes
does.
a
A lot. You want to say burrowed or like browned, but it's browed. Yes. And Peggy says, we used to see these Motmots when we visited Mexico. They're beautiful. We'll be interested to see the finished picture.
Awesome. Yeah, they're inhabit mostly the regions of Mexico through Central America, I believe. And they're beautiful birds, and they have the most beautiful sound as well. They're beautiful singing.
Richard said, love your work. I also paint birds with watercolor, using watercolor.
Amazing.
Well, this is a good question, because you mentioned your son. Cindy wants to know, is your son interested in art?
He is, it's really funny because I used to give him like the crayons, whatever was non-toxic, and since he was little, and he was definitely happy to just walk in the studio first thing in the morning. And then eventually though, that wasn't enough. He wanted canvas and paint, which was really cool and hilarious, yeah.
I like that.
He kind of has his own following, so I posted stuff online, and now it's been like, no one asks about me, just about Luca. How's Luca? Is Luca coming? If I have like an art show or something, it's like, is Luca's gonna be here?
Oh, I love that.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Pretty funny.
And when did you first discover that you had this talent?
I always drew when I was a kid, and I wouldn't say drawing like sit down to draw artistically in a way. It was more like I was always doing little like doodles and like figures and stuff, but nothing really seriously. It wasn't until my mid-20s that I actually started taking art seriously, and I took up watercolor and never looked back. It's really amazing how that happened. I couldn't tell you exactly. It wasn't necessarily a decision. It was more like something I just started doing, and before I knew it, I was drawing. And as I got better, of course.
Yeah. Like we always say on all of our shows, practice makes perfect.
That's right.
So our artist today is Frank, and he's been on Blank Canvas before on a previous episode from April 29th. If you want to check out any of our past episodes of Blank Canvas, especially Frank's from the last time he was on, visit www.littlethings.com/live, and you can watch all of the episodes from Blank Canvas, but also the other shows that we have here at Little Things that are really cool. And make sure that you're following Frank on Instagram as well. His Instagram page will pop up periodically throughout the show, so that whether you're just going to check out the rest of his pieces or you want to send him a message, you want to commission him for something, he's open to it all.
That's right.
Now, Frank, the last time you were here, you did something that actually was amazing to me in the audience. I don't know if you're going to do it today, so it's fine if you don't, but you turned the painting upside down and painted that way.
Yeah.
Is that happening today?
Yeah, that is happening.
Okay. I thought that was pretty cool. I don't know why, I just did.
Yeah, that's definitely happening. It's part of it. I was actually waiting. As you know, you saw how it was dripping.
Yeah.
I just wanted to drip downward as opposed to up. But it's gonna happen.
Cassie wants to know, what's your favorite thing to paint?
In essence, I'm an abstract painter. I think I'm more of like an abstract expressionist. But it's interesting. It's almost like actual representation emerges through the work. In this case, it was more because, like I told you the story of how I wanted to do things for my son. So I started doing representational things. But I think in essence, I love painting abstract, though I work in series in a way, so it gives me the freedom to, just go into abstraction for a while, and then I can just go into, I go for a series of nudes, or I go for a series of, more like pop styled work. So I like having that freedom to create, not sticking to like one style necessarily, but it all looks like my work, in the way that I work with text and stuff.
We have Shubi from India saying, are you going to sell or gift this beautiful work of art?
I will. It will be available for sale, and I'm glad you brought that up. For people watching today, I have a surprise. The initial sketch that started this It's available on my site. But there's a catch, and not really a catch, but I can't afford to pay shipping and handling for everybody. So anybody willing to pay their own shipping and handling, this little bird is available at my site as a gift to all the people watching today, because I knew people were going to tune in.
Oh, that's really nice. I like that.
Go before they go, because it's only a few that are going to be available. They're on my shop now, and you can find that through going through my Instagram to then looking for the bio link. And yeah, enjoy.
I love that. That's awesome.
So I got one for you too.
Thank you. And I have to say to everyone, Frank did bring me a little gift when he came, a portrait that he did of Frida Kahlo. So I was very surprised, and it's beautiful. So we have so many questions coming through. Shubi said, I am ready to pay shipping and handling. So Shubi, make sure that you check out Frank's Instagram page, okay? Everyone who's watching today, especially if you want to try to get your hands on some of Frank's work. Cindy wants to know, what's the brown brush that you're using? I've never seen one of those.
It was actually a marker.
Oh, a marker,
acrylic
okay.
marker. They're pretty popular right now, I mean, I think graffiti artists started using it at first, and they became sort of like the alternative to the oil stick, which is very, very famous and established. But yeah, all the markers that you're seeing on the table are acrylic.
Well, we have Rona, hopefully I'm saying that right, that's saying beautiful bird.
Thank you.
And Maricela, who just tuned in, so I'll have you repeat what she wants to know about, like what you're using again and all the mediums that you're working with today, and even like the brushes. And I know you said you were using a paint palette, correct?
Yeah, I'm using ink pencils.
Okay.
And acrylic paint with acrylic markers as well.
Got it.
And I'm mainly working with a palette knife, which is what I like to work with on all my work.
Well, Maricela is also painting while she's watching this show, so
very cool.
I like that. Multi-talented.
I like that. She's multitasking, actually.
Cassie said, it just got real. And Judy says, I love the birds and the flowers.
Great. I'm glad you like it.
And a lot of people are saying, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. That, actually, Cassie says, oh my God, oh my God. Flowers, oh my God. OMG. Jenny said, I need a Frida Kahlo. So Jenny, make sure that you visit Frank's Instagram page so that you can check out his work. And if there's something on there that you want to purchase, or maybe commission him for an original piece, go right ahead.
There's my print shop has a few Frida Kahlos there, so
cool.
They can always go and pick one up.
And we have Greg that says, does anyone know where this bird is from? Looks like kind of like a stork. Greg, it's a turquoise-browed Motmot. And a lot of times you said you see them in Mexico and throughout South America, correct?
Yes, but they are the national bird of Nicaragua. So
got it.
That's why I picked this one.
Kathleen wants to know, what inspired you to do the art that you do? I think it's awesome.
I'm self-taught, so I've had to sort of like work really hard in sort of like honing my craft and becoming better at what I do. And so in that though, I've had to go through like my heroes, which are like Basquiat and Jackson Pollock were the main guys that were really instrumental in me becoming a professional artist, if you will, because their work just spoke to me, and it felt like something that I could definitely approach, thanks to them, because they were just so inspiring. And did I answer that question right?
No, you did.
All right.
We have Paulette who said, I'm going to need this painting in my living room, such vibrant colors for the summer.
All right, we'll talk.
And for anyone who's wondering, why is it again that you turn your painting upside down when you work?
Well, in this particular case, it's just a little better because of the technique I'm using and the palette knife. It's just I need to find a way to actually set the palette knife. But it's sort of like mirror checking in a weird way. It just you begin to see things that you don't necessarily see if it was this way. Like for example, this spot here. I love that. I love the fact that I just got onto that and then I just turn it to see it, and then it gives me, and I can just sort of put another flower there in the background because I think it would look pretty cool there in that like negative space, if you will. So there's many reasons why artists turn their paintings, you know, sideways and whatever. And it's funny because a lot of people who have bought my work, especially my abstract work, said, you know, do you mind if I put my painting sideways? Because I think it really works sideways. Which I think is creative of someone who's collecting your work, you know, to do. So I don't have, you know, a problem with that, you know. But the reason I do it is just to do a little sort of like checking the work and checking different areas. You just see, in my case, it reveals new things for you, you know.
Well, we have Letty that's saying pretty.
Thank you, Letty.
And Marsha says, well, Marsha's saying good evening. So Marsha, where are you from? Saying good evening and that the work, it looks pretty good so far. So Marsha, you're saying good evening. Where are you right now? Tell us. And guys, don't forget to let us know in the comments where you're watching from today. We love that people tune in from all over the world. We're based in New York City, but we have people from New York, we have people from the UK, people from Hawaii, from India, Malaysia. We love how many people tune in and just come together for Blank Canvas for the show. It's pretty amazing. And for anyone who's just tuning in, so Frank is our artist today, and he's been on Blank Canvas before. So we're really happy to have him back, and he's working on a turquoise-browed Motmot, for anyone who's wondering, and using a few different mediums.
By the way, I meant to add that this particular depiction was also inspiring in a piano that I just painted for Sing for Hope, which is an organization that puts pianos all over New York City during summer. And currently there's over 60 pianos all over New York City for people to play and enjoy. And 60 artists participated, including me. Mine is located in Inwood Hill Park in New York City for all New Yorkers who like to go up and about. And if you play piano, you can go and show up and just start playing. It's free for everybody. They're in different parks and streets and plazas. And it's a fantastic program because the pianos then, once they paint it and the festival's over, they get donated to schools in New York City that
That's
don't have
really great.
Yeah, it's a really cool initiative and org, and I'm proud to be part of the whole parade of pianos all over New York City, you know. And it has this bird, so you can go see it.
No, that's really cool.
Yeah.
I like that a lot. Everyone, we need to take a quick break, but we'll be right back, so make sure that you don't go anywhere. Welcome back to Blank Canvas. Frank is our artist today, and yeah, he's working on a turquoise-browed Motmot, and he's working with a few different mediums, so I'll let him explain it to you guys, and also talk to them about the brushes and the other tools that you're working with.
Yes, I'm currently working with acrylic paint, markers, and ink pencils, which you're gonna get to see as I start working on the Motmot. I'm gonna be using the pencils that I brought to start shading the color. And you know why they call it the turquoise-browed Motmot, right, Erica?
Because it has turquoise color in it.
That's right.
So we have Sarah from the UK saying, excellent work, looks great.
Thank you, Sarah.
Yes. And Nicole from Arizona is saying, Frank, I love this piece.
Thank you.
And Pauline says, I love watching your artists. Best wishes from Germany.
Hi, Germany. Sorry, I needed to clean the sweat.
We have Kathy saying hi. Hi from San Juan.
Hola, Kathy in San Juan.
And Yadi says, I am loving watching you, Frank. Your work, Frank. I'm ready again for another FDLM piece. And the flowers are gorgeous as usual.
There you go. Hi, Yadi. Yadi's my people. She collects from me.
Oh, okay, great. We're glad that she's tuning in.
And she tunes in. You see, she's real.
Yes.
That's awesome. Okay, we're going to start. And then I'm going to leave this for the end. for after. But
Cassie says, love the background and hi from Texas.
hello, Kathy.
And Nisa says, I love his accent. So loving the artwork and your accent.
Thank you.
Kathy has a good question. Kathy says, I've never been to Nicaragua. Would there be that many flowers in a natural setting?
You know, I believe so, but here's what's really interesting. Where I was born in Nicaragua, it's known as the cradle of folklore, you know, which is a very cultural thing to be named. And then it's also known as the city of flowers. So flowers is a very big part of,
I love that.
of
Yeah.
the culture, and you know, like our art and paintings and things like that. So though my school of art is very influencing New York, you know, with the artists that I mentioned in the school, I think my bright colors and flowers have something to do with my upbringing, you know, when I was a child and what I remember in my childhood, you know. And now adding this bird to it is kind of like, it's come full circle with that. But yeah, it's a very colorful palette, you know, culturally, in terms of, you know, and colors are a big part of it, you know.
For everyone in the comments who's asking how to follow Frank, you can follow him on his Instagram page. It'll pop up periodically throughout the show, and it's also pinned in the comments. So you'll be able to follow him that way and check out the rest of his work. And also, if you're an artist as well, make sure that you tag him in some of your work. He's always open, to seeing other artists' work. I see some of that turquoise coming in. Frank, Lulu wants to know, if you do have one, what's your favorite flower?
My favorite flower would be the sunflower. I love sunflowers. I think they're amazing flowers. I love seeing sunflowers when I'm in the city also. And I love Van Gogh sunflowers.
Phyllis from Reno, Nevada says, love your work.
Thank you, Phyllis.
And Dorothy, oh, this is really awesome. Dorothy says, I have not painted in years, but you have given me a new hope with the tools you are using. My thumb is fused together, making it hard to hold a brush, but you're inspiring her.
That's what it's all about for me. That is a beautiful thing. That's the gift, you know, the fact that what you do can inspire other people and can actually affect their lives in a positive way. That's, you know, it's about the work, really. It's about, you know, what the work can do for people. So thank you for sharing that. I really appreciate it.
Thank you. Linda in Alabama says, I'm working on birds too, except she's using oil. Do you ever use oil?
I would love to paint with oil, but as you may know, in New York City and with children,
yes,
you know, it's not a cool. I actually like the smell of oil. You know, I remember the only time that I attempted to paint with oil, my wife came back from work and she was like, check the gas, check the stove. Because she thought, you know, something was leaking or something. So that was the end of oils for me. But I do like oils. They're more forgiving than acrylic in that they dry. It takes longer for them to dry.
Longer to dry, yeah.
Yeah, so, you know, acrylic just dries quickly.
Well, we have Betsy saying hi from sunny Queensland, Australia.
Australia.
Yes. And Cassie says, I think this piece is beautiful. I love the use of so many colors.
Thank you so much. Glad you like it.
Yes, Jenny says it's awesome. And Tona says, beautiful colors from Austin, Texas.
Hello, Austin, Texas.
Betsy says it's gorgeous. And Jerry says, I just love it.
Thank you, Jerry. Okay, now we're going to use, as promised, I like these because, speaking of watercolors, they kind of act a little bit like watercolors.
And what are you using right now again?
The ink pencils.
Got it. And you have to wet them?
Not necessarily, but I like the effect that they give when I do that. I love always exploring the materials, like I believe materials have their own character and temperament, you know what I mean? I think some cooperate, some don't, and I love exploring that, you know, like in this case. I like allowing the material to do what it does, you know.
We have Deborah from East Tennessee saying, "You are inspiring me. So enjoying this beautiful work come to life."
Thank you so much. I really appreciate that.
And to everyone who is asking in the comments what kind of bird is it, it's a turquoise-browed Motmot. Wardia says, "Love the colors and that red is gorgeous." And saying hello from Cape Town, South Africa.
Thank you. If you're referring to the color, the red of the flowers, we have to thank the LittleThings team for choosing that color, because they were kind enough to provide the paint, and as you can see, it pops. It pops.
Well, you are very welcome.
This is one of my favorite colors here. I don't know if you can capture it, but it's kind of like a green, yellowy thing going.
Yeah, we can. Yeah, you can see it. Bonnie says, "Thanks, new ideas from Colorado."
Awesome.
So you're inspiring people today.
That's very cool to hear.
Christine says, "Beautiful." And Nettie from Scotland says, "Love it. Dying to see the bird when it's finished."
Thank you so much. Sorry, if I was quiet for a sec, I was concentrating.
No, don't even worry about that. Yeah. Do you feel like when you're in the zone or painting, it's relaxing for you? Does it calm you?
Yeah, you know, I mean, the thing is, you don't think about it. Before you know it, hours went by, and you know, you just did your thing. You know, you did your work. So it's a great question, because you know it must be, you know, it's kind of like meditation to some people. You know, like
Yeah.
you just kind of disappear and get into the work. You know, when I was painting the piano, it was interesting because it had been a while since I painted next to other artists. You know, because everybody was like next to each other painting the piano, and it was a cool experience as well, because sometimes you got to get out of yourself and of the studio, you know, because it's very introspective when you work alone.
So everyone who's just tuning in, Frank's our artist today on Blank Canvas, and if you want to see the rest of his work, he is on Instagram. You can follow his page. You can check out the rest of his work. And if there's a piece that you are looking to purchase, you can do that. And if there's like an original piece that you want to commission him for, he's open to that as well. So make sure that you follow him on Instagram. And Frank, I know we spoke about this, and this was off camera a while ago when you made your first appearance. I know you had art that was going into a lot of the New York City subways, correct?
I have a piece that's going to be displayed in the New York City station. It's of my April Flowers painting.
Okay.
Yeah, I was honored to have been chosen for that, and I can't wait to see it. I haven't seen it yet, so I'm waiting for that. You know.
But that's a great honor, so that's really cool.
Yeah, you know, and it's also based on the flowers, so I was really happy about that. Let's use a little bit of this yellow.
So we have a few people in the comments who are saying they love watching this, but they missed it from the beginning. We are live, guys, so once we're no longer live, you can always go back and you can start it from the very beginning, so you can see what Frank is working on if you've missed anything. And also, if you do want to see the previous past episode that Frank was on for Blank Canvas, you can do that by going to littlethings.com/live, and if you click down, you'll see Blank Canvas, and you can watch all of our previous episodes. But if you're specifically looking for the one with Frank, it's from April 29th, and but also catch the rest of our shows that are on there as well. Deanna says, "I like his work."
Thank you.
And Mariana says, "Beautiful painting, makes me feel relaxed, love the patterns and the colors."
Thank you so much.
Yes. Nettie from Scotland also said, "This is worth waiting for, it's gorgeous."
Thanks, Natty. Appreciate it.
Oh, Lise says, I'm a painter and agree that painting is meditative for me as well. Your colors are brilliant.
Thank you so much. And glad to hear that you feel that way about the work that you do as well.
And can you also mention again what was the inspiration for the turquoise-browed Motmot?
Well, it's a country. It's a bird native of Nicaragua, where I'm from, and it was inspired by my son. When he was born, I wanted to do something that he could have that was of our own culture in a way. And then also most recently, because of the work that it's been, because the bird has been painted on the piano that I did for Sing for Hope in New York, it seems to kind of gaining popularity, this bird. So it's like I've painted it a few times. Not this is the first time I actually do it on a painting, but the sketch itself has actually been, there's been a few renditions. Except for the piano, this is the only other painting that I've done of it. And an actual painting is what I mean, not just a sketch. So I wanted the challenge to be able to actually paint it live here for you guys.
Well, I'm glad that you waited until you came on blank canvas to inspire us and to show all of us this really great piece. It's really awesome.
Thank you.
Nancy says, beautiful colors, love your imagination, and she's saying hi from New York.
Hi, Nancy. New York City.
And Jean says, painting takes all your negative thoughts away.
It does. Sometimes it takes all the thoughts away, but it definitely is very, it's a positive thing, I think. And it's also a great outlet to let go of the negative stuff, the negative thoughts and the negative emotion. It's like great release in a way.
And when you're choosing the colors, outside of obviously, because we know that the turquoise-browed Motmot has turquoise in it, how do you go about picking your colors? Do you see it in your mind beforehand? Because I know you have a reference, but it's not as colorful as what you're working on right now.
Yeah, no,
So,
I actually, I try not to think of ideas very much. I like it. I mean, it sounds a little strange to say, but it's almost as if I allow, when I'm working, as I'm working, for the work to speak to me, and it's just kind of the colors just flow. My palette is very colorful and with vibrant, hues and just like bursting color, but it's not, I didn't seek out to do, I'm going to combine the turquoise with this and that, it was more like a very intuitive thing as I go along, like definitely the other colors that are emerging in the Motmot are not the colors of the actual creature, I'm putting some spin of my own, which is the bright colors.
well, we have Sia saying painting is a great stress reliever, which we totally agree.
It really is. It really is.
And we have Judy saying, this bird in bright colors makes me very, very happy.
Good.
You're getting a lot of hearts here. I love it. Even like hearts flying across the screen / like hearts in the comments, and people are sending colorful hearts, so they're loving what you're working on.
That's awesome. Colorful hearts.
Oh, Sylvia wants to know, do you ever paint eagles?
I painted an eagle for the piano, actually. It's in the back of the piano. I haven't painted like a whole, this was more of like a playful playful take on wildlife painting. I'm not a wildlife painter at all, and definitely I wanted to do it in a more sort of practical, appealing way to children in a way, you know. But yeah, it's not like I seek out to draw or paint animals per se. You know, this was kind of like a thing I did that has now sort of taken a kind of a life of its own. You know what I mean? Where people like them and want to see them, and you know, and ask, you know, have you painted an eagle? But I did paint this like eagle head for the Sing for Hope piano that's in the back of the piano. You know, as an American eagle. See, like for example, I did not know that I wanted blue in there, but it's gonna be blue.
Okay.
You know,
Hey,
so
you go with the flow.
That's a great example of to go back to that question that somebody asked about.
Do you know if you see if you pick out the colors first?
Yeah.
Well, we have Jadita saying you're a ninja with that knife, with the palette. Elaine sending hearts, and Sherry saying I'm fascinated watching this. I love it.
Glad to hear that.
And Sylvia thanks you for answering her question. So you're
you're
very
welcome, Sylvia. Glad I was able to answer it and it made sense.
We have Beverly saying hi from Northern Ireland and giving you a thumbs up.
Hi, Beverly. Thank you.
We have Lindsay who says, it's beautiful. And how long have you been painting? And she's from Indianapolis, by the way.
Hi, Beverly. I've been painting since my mid-20s. I started painting oh wow, I started in 96. I don't know why I remember that, but I guess that's when I really started dedicating myself to painting. Not yet showing. I've been doing that less, but I definitely remember that I started painting around 96.
Teresa wants to know who makes the acrylic markers that you're working with, and also she says amazing.
Thank you. There's several companies I actually use different ones, different brands, and the reason I do that is because I love to experiment with different aspects of the material. You know, for example, these are made by LittleThings, and they're more see-through than the blue that I just used, which is, you know, it pops and it's completely solid. So it's more about exploring, you know, which one do you feel comfortable with and which ones do you like, you know. There's some that I've hated. There's this Japanese company that I started using recently, Posca, and I really love their markers and how they work.
We have Melanie saying, I've been following you on Instagram. I love your work and the idea of the piano. Also, you have a beautiful family. Thank you for sharing.
Oh, thanks so much.
That's
Thank
really
you so
sweet.
much.
And Kim says you have a great personality.
Oh, I appreciate that. Thank you, Kim.
Yes, guys, this isn't just for show. He actually really does have a really great personality. He's been on before, so which I've mentioned previously. He's been on Blank Canvas before on our April 29th segment, and if you'd like to see any past episodes of Blank Canvas, but especially Frank's, you can go to littlethings.com/live. And for anyone who's on Instagram, you can follow Frank on Instagram as well, and check out the rest of his work. And if you want to commission him for a piece, or there is a piece that's already on there that you would like to purchase, just contact him.
And remember, if they're still available and people didn't beat you to it, there were a few freebies that
happening today, so make sure you check out the site. But thank you so much, Frank, for being on.
No problem.
You always do amazing, and thank you everyone who watched today. And be sure to tune in tomorrow at 12 p.m. Eastern Time. We have another artist that's going to go live and have something really cool for you as well. We're on every Saturday and Sunday. Saturdays at 3 p.m. Eastern. Like I said, Sundays at 12 p.m. Eastern Time. And please make sure that you tune in tomorrow. Once again, thank you so much to everyone who tuned in. Thank you, Frank. This is awesome. And
Thank you,
I'm sure
guys.
the finished piece will be up on your Instagram page. Everyone, have a happy Saturday, and thank you so much for watching Blank Canvas. Bye.